Hi there, welcome to Island Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Capricorn energy. And this time I'm using the Energy Oracle deck. And we're going to see what wants to come out to tell us what's going on in Capricorn energy. And how different people are handling their Capricorn energy, because everybody's got free will. Some people harness high vibe Capricorn energy. They have put in the work and effort to free themselves from their shadowy nature. Shed some layers of their fear, their insecurity, their self-limiting beliefs, their codependence, their more immature, indulgent nature, their more materialistically looking outside of themselves for the solution to life and happiness instead of looking within themselves. They've learned to do that. And then there's some people who haven't done any of that, or just haven't learned some of the life lessons that other people have learned. And life's all about a journey of learning to love and believe in ourselves, right? So some people are at different stages of learning lessons. So let's go see what we have here. Okay, the first card that came out is woman holding a coin. For some of you, you could have specifically been dealing with a female who either, well, could be both. Some people who, and it doesn't have to be, I hate to limit it to women, because really the feminines in tarot talk about people's emotional state. And if we leave it at that, you can apply it to a lot more people in your life. You probably know people in your life who are very abundant in lots of ways. Some people are grown and matured and loving and nurturing. Somebody who would be, a good parent, a good marriage partner, a good boss, a good employee. And then you probably know some other people who are more emotionally invested in the world, and they're more about image and status and money and materialism and things like that. And the reason that came out is because of the second chakra, which can be about the different people that we could be in relationship with to try to manifest things into reality with. And some people could be trying, they could have learned lessons being in, you could even, the Queen of Pentacles also, can talk about business and stuff like that. It also is, I view it as Taurus energy, which has to do with our underlying philosophy of life. There could be some people right now that aren't sure emotionally about what foundation to build their life upon, because we all have a dualistic nature and we live in a dualistic world. And Taurus energy has to do with the world, how we view relationships, how we view ourselves, what our underlying philosophy of life is. And we need to listen. The feminines also talk about listening to our intuition. We can be attracted to people for different reasons, or, but which type of what aspect within ourself are we going to align with? Because whatever aspect we align with within ourself is going to dictate what type of people we align with in our life. Are we going to align with emotionally growing and maturing ourselves, learning lessons in life, taking the lessons that we've learned from past life experience and relationships to grow and mature ourselves emotionally? If so, we're going to want to be in relationships with other people who've done that work within themselves. Or are we going to align with our more worldly nature and make our life more about money and materialism and status and image and power and influence or whatever, maybe thinking if we have all those things that other people would be attracted to being in a relationship with us? Why do we want people to be in, the people who want to be in mature relationships are probably emotionally mature themselves, and they want people to be attracted to being in relationship with them because they have grown and matured themselves. They're nurturing, they're loving, they're encouraging, they're supportive. And people who are more driven by money and materialism probably haven't grown and matured themselves as much. They let their fear, their insecurity, their ego, and what they have and what they wear and what they own and what they look like define who they are. And they hope that other people will want to employ them and be in relationship with them because of those worldly things they have, not those emotionally intuitive, mature ways of being about them, but because of their looks, because of their sexuality, because of their money, because of their status, because of their power. And they're hoping other people will want to be in relationship and stay in relationship with them because of those reasons. So then we have the Magician in the mirror, the Contract card, and the Door to Romance. What do we think is just and fair? Whatever we think is just and fair is what we're going to try to manifest in our life. The people who emotionally are more aligned with money and materialism and status and image, they're going to try to manifest those things into their life because they think that's just and fair. That's how they view life. And those are the type of people they're going to want to be in relationship with. And the people who are more motivated by growing and maturing themselves, freeing themselves of their more fearful, insecure, codependent, ways of being, are going to try to manifest their divine inheritance, being in relationship with other people who have, you could look at the scales of justice as our dualistic nature, and people who are willing to temper their egoic nature or their emotionally defensive, fearful, immature, etc., nature. Those are people who invested emotionally time, energy, and effort to get themselves balanced so they're not out of balance and tipped into their shadow nature. Nope, I'm going to be emotionally defensive. Nope, I'm going to be prideful and egotistical. Nope, I'm going to be selfish and greedy. Nope, I'm going to be all about myself. Nope, I'm going to be immature and impulsive and reckless and all about myself. And those people who live their life like that think it's just and fair. But people who've learned lessons in life from being in a relationship with people like that already want to invest in other people who've grown and matured themselves and have probably also dealt with people like that who haven't given up on their dreams, aren't willing to settle for less than they deserve, and keep enabling people in their poor behavior. They want to be in a relationship with other people who've grown and matured themselves, who've offset their past pain and heartbreak, having dealt with fearful, insecure, bossy, controlling, selfish, greedy people, and also learn lessons that when they've lived their life being that way, it probably ran their life off into the ditch. And they've learned to offer themselves love and compassion and forgiveness for the lessons they've learned in life to get themselves up out of the ditch, get back on the road, and maintain balance within themselves to no longer indulge in their more immature nature because they don't want to drive their life off into the ditch anymore. And people who want to be in relationships with other people who are on the same page as them. So then we have the Queen of Swords, the man holding a heart, and the World. And the reason is because of the door to spirit. The people who've emotionally grown and matured themselves, who believe that they can manifest their dreams into reality, who haven't abandoned their dreams, who still believe in love, who still believe that there's other people out there in the world who aren't operating from shadow. The Queen of Swords, again, the Queens in Tarot can talk about our emotional state, so it doesn't matter if you're male or female. And the masculines in Tarot can represent how we take action in the world. The people who have felt betrayed in relationships before, they still are aligning with their loving, hopeful, believing nature instead of their fearful, insecure, mad, jealous, envious, revengeful, giving up on their dreams nature. Those people still believe in their dreams and they're looking to the future and looking to find the other people in the world who seem to take action in the world from a place of love. The World card talks about learning lessons, looking to find other people in the world who've went through their own life experiences, who've, instead of being bitter and detached and because relationships ended, and then wearing this false mask, trying to get in relationships with other people, but never having dealt with your past issues and past pain and heartbreak. High vibe people have seen life from a higher perspective. They took action from a place of love within themselves to offer love to the world. Everybody is where they're at. Everybody has their own lessons learned. Everybody has their own fears, insecurities. Everybody's got their dualistic nature. Some people haven't won the battle within themselves and they're still acting in immature, indulgent, selfish, greedy, bossy, controlling, prideful, egotistical, rude, mean, selfish, greedy, envious, jealous, petty, blaming everyone else in the world for their problems nature. Because they weren't willing to look at life from a higher perspective and take action from a place of love, to offer love to their own world, inner world, kind of, to see the truth that some other people are where they're at. And it's like, I accept you're at where you're at. But not everybody's like that. But I've learned a lesson from having gotten to know you. And I'm willing to end the relationship with you. But I'm not willing to give up on my dreams. I just realized that the masculines in tarot, since we all present ourselves in masculine energy, it's kind of like how we present ourselves to the world. And our truth of who we are emotionally is like our hidden realm. Some people have learned that they need to listen to their intuition more about the people in the world who present themselves as loving. Because not everybody who presents themselves as loving is loving. They emotionally could be operating from shadowy Aquarius energy, which can be, I have been betrayed before, and I've decided to be logical and practical, because the Queen of Swords is air sign energy, living from the mind. I've decided that I'm going to get in relationships to either satisfy my worldly desires that I want to emotionally invest in, or get in relationships because of the status, the image, the money, the power, and I'm willing to emotionally invest in people for those reasons. Be careful, some of you. You could have someone who thinks that way, but because you're a very loving, just, fair, balanced person in the world, and stable and grounded and smart and intelligent or whatever, other people might be tempted to want to be in a relationship with you because you really seem, to shine. And people look at you as the successful person. Doesn't really matter if you could have money and materialism, or you could just be a very nurturing, loving, you could be someone for your own reasons, kind of shines in the world. You could be very balanced. You could be someone who believes in yourself, and maybe they believe you're going to manifest your dreams into reality. So they've decided you are the logical, practical one for them to communicate with. You really are a loving person in the world, and you're going to have to listen to your intuition about people who come towards you, because some of those people just, again, want to be in a relationship with you because of the status and the image and how it would make them appear in the world. It would make them seem like, oh my gosh, if you're all that, then they must be all that, right? And they want people to maybe view them that way, but it's like not because they did the work and within themselves. just because they got in a relationship with you. Some of those people think you are going to manifest your dreams into reality, and they want to be in a relationship with you to be able to indulge in that. But the thing is, they're operating more from their egoic nature, presenting themselves as like a loving family person, but internally, emotionally, they're more aligned with, is this logical and practical? Would this be good for my image and status? Is this like a good investment? And plus, if there's people in the world who don't want to be hurt, they definitely might want to invest in loving people because they might think that person will be very loving and nurturing to them and wouldn't hurt them, right? And who doesn't want to be in a relationship with people like that? The only thing is, loving people want to be in a relationship with other people who are loving, not people who are just presenting themselves as loving because, well, you would be like a good person to be in a relationship with. I don't really think you'd hurt me. I think you'd be good for my image and my status. It's like, oh my gosh. They're trying to manipulate the justice system. They're trying to get the things that they want in the world without actually opening up the door to romance, to love. It's just the illusion that they're open to love. But then if you really, once you get in a relationship and you are wanting to close out old ways of being, to really bring the dream into reality where people shed some more layers of their fear and their insecurity and their more worldly focused nature or their selfish, greedy, self-important nature or something, that's when they could hold their sword up to you. Because, you can't, well, it's kind of that thing. You can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people like all the time. As you really are authentically being who you are. In high vibe, the Queen of Swords is people who emotionally are willing to step outside of societal norms, of being more emotionally invested in the world, in the ego, in the image. And it is about offering love to the world, being your authentic self, not getting caught up in the illusion of the world and the illusion of what's just and fair, really wanting the dream to come into reality where everyone is seeing life from a higher perspective, at least within your relationship, your family, your workplace, whatever, And that's when they could have a problem with it because it was good as long as it was good for their ego, their image, their status. But when they really have to take action in the world from a place of having hope and faith and belief and love and letting go of more of their worldly focused way of being or viewing life, that's when they could really have a problem with it. Because they would have to emotionally invest in, well, for one, believing that if you have more to work with than what just the world tells you to work with. The divine gave you your intuition, the divine gave you gifts, and if you have these natural talents and interests and things that, you could do for hours and hours and you kind of get lost in it, get in the zone, like, it's great to have that career field or that type of job. Some people don't believe, especially if some of those things maybe right now don't seem to be paying that much money, It's like they don't believe that the divine will help them manifest that into reality, but the divine always tries to help us, works with us to manifest our dreams into reality. If we think nothing will ever come of it, well, the whole thing is, are we at peace within ourselves? Are we enjoying our life every day? Do we have enough? When we're thankful for what we do have and we realize we have enough, that's kind of like when we get blessed with more because we've learned to appreciate what we do have, and we're no longer like in a lack mentality, and we keep putting in work and effort to move forward in the energy of love and believing there's a higher purpose to life and that the divine has a plan for our life. And I believe the divine brings us and will bring us more abundance than we ever could have imagined working with just the world. But they'd have to invest time and energy to work through their illusions about what they thought was just and fair, what they thought could have been just and fair about how to be in relationships, because some people, because they had the looks or the money or the image or some privileged status they think they have, either because they're male or they're female or whatever. You know, everybody grows up in their own households and has their own opinions about how they think relationships should be based on what they were patterned based on in their life, or their own illusions about what it means to be in a relationship. They would have to work through their illusions of what they thought was just and fair and how they viewed love and what they think is just and fair in relationships. And they'd also have to see life from a higher perspective and learn to love themselves and be open to believing that there's more to life than just what the world tells us there is. And I kind of think of, if we were just to live our life from a worldly focus, it's kind of like dating someone for superficial reasons, because it's like ignoring like the emotional intuitive realm, you know? It's like, oh no, you wear this, you dress this, you have this, you drive this. Okay, I'll get in a relationship. But oh yeah, no, I don't want to know your thoughts. I don't want to know your feelings. I don't want to know what motivates you or inspires you. I'm not in a relationship with you for any of those things. That's like the hidden realm. I'm all about the surface level. You know, wear this, dress like this, act like this, get this kind of job, make this kind of money, and I'll keep staying in a relationship with you. Because it's really all about just how it appears. What's in the hidden realm and that nobody can see, I don't really care about it, and nobody else really cares about it. You know, that's people who are really superficial. You know, it's all just to play the game. I don't really want to get to know you. I have no interest. Do you have the power and the influence or the money or the status, or are you attractive or whatever? Is it good for my image or my status if I talk to you? Then I don't really care. It's just bullshit conversation anyway. You know, and if someone else who I could despise but has more image, more money, more power, more social status, then I'll treat you like shit and go talk to them because it's all the political game, you know, or whatever. You know, you want people who see life from a higher perspective, that I don't want to play the games. Let the world live their life the way they want. I want to live with the people who are being authentic and warm and loving and want to put love out into the world, who aren't being competitive and envious and jealous and prideful and egotistical. Some of you could have had illusions about some people who you thought harnessed high vibe Libra energy, regardless of what zodiac sign they were. And then you could have seen the truth, that it was more of an illusion. They are more worldly focused than love focused. And you both could have felt betrayed, because they could have thought that you were just like them. And since that's how they view the world, they of course thought that's how you view the world. And they thought for sure that's how you viewed life too. And when you viewed life differently, they could have felt betrayed. And when you found out that they were more ego, image, materialistically focused, you could have felt betrayed because you thought they were like you. And you thought that they were more motivated by love, you know? But I think people who are in more shadowy energy, I think because they haven't learned to love and believe in themselves, they think they have the advantage, which the devil kind of might think that with the energy of love, you know, too. Because they haven't learned to love and believe in themselves and look at life from a higher perspective, and they maybe haven't had hope and faith and belief in healing, and they maybe haven't invested time and energy to get themselves balanced and get out of their fear, their insecurity, their codependency, you know, whatever. They maybe never thought you would either, because they haven't done it within themselves. And they hope that if you maybe go get in another relationship, that if it ends, that you'll look back to wanting to be in a relationship with them and do a relationship the way they want to do it, because your attempt, if you went to go get in another relationship, if it ended, they could think that you'll feel betrayed and you'll come back and do the relationship the way they want. But I think you're listening to your intuition, and you might have communicated to someone who you think truly is who they say they are. And whatever you find out, one way or the other, it doesn't really matter. You're going to keep moving forward, offering love in your own self and world and people in your life. You've turned your back to people in your life who decided it was just and fair to make their life and get in relationships more because of money and materialism or status or image. You're not investing in those people anymore. And I think you're trusting that the divine, if that's what you're trying to manifest, is love in the world and being in relationship and offering love and respect and everything to people, I think needless, you're going to find people that are on the same page as you are. And the divine is going to open up a whole new chapter for your life. Let's go see. What is this whole new next chapter for people who harness high vibe Capricorn energy, who have freed themselves? We have the Page of Pentacles, being a student of life, starting new. Leo energy, maybe making an offer to other people who've tempered, who are strong and brave. And, high vibe Leo energy. And again, this is a feminine figure, so it talks about people in their emotional nature. You're going to listen to your intuition about people who present themselves as loving to you. And the people you're going to invest in are the people who you intuit are emotionally people who are being authentic, who are warm, who are giving, who've tempered their selfish, greedy, prideful, self-centered, immature nature, who are balanced in their Capricorn energy, who aren't tipping out of balance, who are maintaining their balance. And how is it that they maintain their balance? They have hope and faith and belief in their dreams. They keep investing in tempering their shadow nature to be bold and brave and confident, and choose to invest in being in life-giving energy of having hope and faith and belief in themselves and in their dreams. And that's how they maintain balance within themselves. And those are the people, as you invest in that way of being within yourself, those are also the people then that you want to invest in. What about the people who harness some shadowy Capricorn energy? Seven of Cups, Ten of Swords, because of the star. Well, I think they could have people walk away from them and end relationships with them. If they get in relationships with other loving people and they try to present themselves as like, oh no, I'm not selfish, I'm not greedy, I'm not prideful, I'm not egotistical, I'm not defensive, I'm not immature, blah, 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 blah. And then people eventually see the truth and they keep seeing that they're not willing to bring the dream into reality. People are going to walk away because this person sabotages the dream from coming into reality, because they either have these illusions about what they think is just and fair in relationships, and what they could think is just and fair is that it'd be all about them. Again, the Queen of Swords and the Star card are Aquarius energy. They could keep thinking that life is about them being the center of attention in a relationship. They're the most important person in the workplace, in a family dynamic, in a friend group. Everybody else is supposed to put aside their pride and ego, but never them. It's all about them. And other people could also realize that people invest in them and want to be in a relationship with them, or be in partnerships with them because it is good for their ego or their image or their status or their financial well-being, but it isn't based on love. And they realize that we don't have the same dream. We're not motivated and inspired by the same things. And some people are going to walk away from them because they realize it's just an illusion. This person creates an illusion that they're emotionally nurturing and loving and just and fair and balanced and willing to walk through the door to romance, but then they're defensive of taking action authentically from a place of love and detaching from some old ways of being to step out of their comfort zone, to temper their pride, their ego, or their selfishness or self-centeredness, and relationships don't work out. And this person, if they're shadowy, if other people do the work within themselves to heal from some of their own fears and insecurities and self-limiting beliefs and see life from a higher perspective, and because that's what we can do in relationships, right? Is most people are kind of motivated to shed some of their layers of past pain and heartbreak and self-limiting ideas. They want to be free of it. They want to move forward in life unencumbered by those things. But some people don't want to be in a relationship with other people who do that because they don't do that. And the shadowy people, if they see that other people are loving and believing in themselves and walking away from some of their emotional confusion and past pain and heartbreak and believing in their dreams and loving and believing in themselves, that's when this person can kind of backstab and betray them, because it's like, how dare you love and believe in yourself? I've never loved and believed in myself. I never temper my pride, my ego, my fears, my insecurities. I never invest in trying to get myself balanced. I didn't think you would either. But if you get just and fair and balanced within yourself and you see life from a higher perspective, you're going to want me to do the same, and I don't want to. Some people don't have hope and faith and belief in themselves. They don't have hope and faith and belief in love. They don't want to do that. They want to be in relationships because of the status and the image and the money and the materialism and you being nurturing to them, not loving and believing in yourself. Because maybe if you loved and believed in yourself, you'd want a more balanced relationship where it maybe isn't more about you just being nurturing and loving to them. It's about nurturing and loving yourself too. That's just and fair, right? I can nurture and love other people and also nurture and love myself. And some people are like, well, no, it's just supposed to be about me. You're supposed to make it all about me. And I have this illusion that that's what the ideal relationship is like, and that's what love means. And if you love and believe in yourself and you want to listen to your intuition and think there's a higher truth or justice to aspire to than making me the center of your universe, well, then we have a problem. So sometimes those people will backstab people because those people are starting to love and believe in themselves, and they go try to find someone else who maybe feels betrayed by a relationship and present themselves as loving to them and try to stop that person from listening to their intuition, from healing from their past pain and heartbreak. Look to me as the answer for all your problems. You're not supposed to listen to your intuition anymore. This is like communist China. We don't believe in any higher power. I am all you should look to for your sense of emotional stability and security. I am your God. So, I think the divine has a new beginning planned for you. All the people in your life that have been moving forward with you, if you're in a relationship or not, your friends, your family, your siblings, your children, your parents, there's just someone in your life that isn't moving forward with you. Could be leaving a job. Could be someone who you thought would be a nurturing figure in your life. You're realizing they haven't been wanting you to love and believe in yourself and have the life of your dreams. And they could have been people who tried to emotionally confuse you about what was just and fair. Basically people in your life that when you try to move forward in life, to love and believe in yourself and become more emotionally independent, they try to stop you from believing in your dreams, emotionally confuse you about what is just and fair, try to maybe make you fearful and afraid that other people are going to hurt and betray you because they like to manipulate and control you. That's not very loving. And some people are seeing the truth that people in their life who present themselves as loving really don't want them to love and believe in themselves. They try to make them fearful and afraid and be in their pride and ego and instill fear and insecurity that other people are going to betray you. You shouldn't trust those people. You should maybe not invest in that person. You maybe have other options. And, other people, sadly, could have really looked up to those people and had a lot of regard for those people. And they trusted those people. And some of them are realizing that those people didn't have their best interest at heart. And some of the reason why some of those people didn't have their best interest at heart is because they're in shadow energy. And our shadow energy can be, I like to manipulate and control you. It makes me feel powerful. I want you to look up and admire me and value my opinion. I don't want you to move forward with people in your life who do love and believe in you, who do have your best interest at heart, because then I won't play like the same role in your life and you won't like defer to me and I won't have as much power and influence in your life. And it makes me feel powerful to have power and influence in your life. And if you see the truth and you move forward with people who really are not trying to manipulate and control you, you're going to see the truth of who I am, and some of them don't want them to see the truth of who they are. So they keep trying to manipulate and control them. And some of them, they just don't want to have them to go have the life of their dreams because they weren't bold and brave enough to live the life of their dreams. And if they're stuck back here living a life of an illusion, look how happy and wonderful this is. And it's not. Some people are petty and jealous and envious. I don't want you to go live the life of your dreams. Why should you have that and I don't have that? And some people will not move forward because it would require them to see the truth, and they don't want to see the truth about people in their life who they have love for, who are manipulating them for their own selfish, greedy, prideful, materialistic reasons. And part of that is because they're tempted to align with those people in their life because they also don't want to see the truth that they kind of love aligning with their more worldly nature, because then they don't have to put in the work and effort to see life from a higher perspective. They don't have to step outside of societal norms. They maybe don't have to speak their emotional truth. They don't have to start taking action in the world from a place of love where they could get hurt. And they wouldn't be tempted to keep staying in a relationship with people that are like that, except for the fact there's a part of them that doesn't want to see the truth either about themselves or the truth about people that they have love for. And the truth is what sets us free. And if they're trapped in a little bit of hell with people like that in their life or in their own mind, you freed yourself from it. I don't want to be in relationships with people who are living in a little bit of hell and don't put in the work and effort to free themselves from it. I wish you peace. I hope it works out. But I'm going to go find the people in the world who have freed themselves. So there you go, Capricorn. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.